how would you describe what you do?
I would say I'm a personal trainer or a health and fitness entrepreneur. There's more than one thing that I do. So I've got the food side of things and the fitness side of things and events. Fitness is the one that is probably the one I've done the longest and the one that I'm probably the most confident with. Food has always been my passion anyway, so that would come second, and then events would be last. Do you know what? When I was younger, I was a floater. Like, I genuinely didn't... I feel like I floated in life for years. Like, it's weird because I never knew what I wanted to do, if that makes sense. So I wasn't that child who, when I was young, I was like, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. So I've literally floated in life until I found this. I've always had issues with my weight, so it's weird because I feel like the story starts from like when I was probably in like secondary school or primary school. So I was always overweight in comparison to like my friends and my family. I was never that person like growing up who was into athletics or anything sporty. So like I used to forge my mum's signature to say I can't do PE. Like I just was not active at all. I hated being active. 2012, I went for a breakup and I was like really depressed, and I kind of found exercise to be my therapy. The more I went for runs, the more I was able to kind of deal with whatever issues I was dealing with. And then it just became something that I became very passionate about. I'd say helping people, because I feel like every job I've had, the common denominator is me being able to help people, I guess, change their life. I love the fact that I'm able to kind of help people become a better version of themselves. So whether it's through fitness, through healthy eating. Before I was doing probation work, so that was through like rehabilitation. So I guess I've had a lot of the same skills in terms of working. In uni, I studied criminology and social policy. Then I did the GDL, so that's the graduate diploma in law. And then it was like, okay, you're gonna go be a lawyer. And it was like, I didn't want to be a lawyer, but I guess it made sense at the time. And when I left work, when I left uni, my first job was a paralegal. So I paralegaled in a criminal law firm, and I genuinely enjoyed criminal law. So in my parents' eyes, that's it, she's gonna be a lawyer. But then it was like, the passion wasn't there as much, and I knew that I was doing it more for them than me. And I've always been that person, I've always been that child who I'd rather make a mistake off my own back than make a mistake based on what you told me to do, because I don't want to resent you, if that makes sense. So I could have continued and pursued law, but if I didn't enjoy it, I knew I'd end up resenting my parents, and I'd rather just not, I thought no. It took me a while to decide to quit my job, so I was battling with it for about 2 years, and I guess it was because of the unknown. And I've always had structure in life in terms of like when you're in primary school, you know that next is secondary school. From secondary school, then it's college or sixth form, then it's uni, and it was like, afterwards, it's just like, what do you do next? And again, as I said, I never knew what I wanted to do work-wise. On the side, I was still doing personal training and everything to do with my brand. And I knew that when I was at work, majority of the time I spent doing my brand stuff. I got away with it for some reason, but like I would literally be on my computer, like with 2 windows up, and like when someone walks past, you just flip it back to like the work screen. But it's like, on the other side, I was like just thinking about things that I could do to kind of help my brand. So I knew that the passion was there. And I guess after saving, so I set myself a financial goal. And I said, okay, I'm not gonna quit my job until I've hit this mark. But then that mark came, and then fear came again. And I was just like, I don't think I'm ready, I'm not sure. But it was just, I guess for me, I prayed on it. And when I felt like I was confident enough to leave, I just handed in my notice, and then that was it. I guess with my mum, when I first started doing the fitness stuff, she didn't understand. Like, she was like a gym instructor. Like, what? Like, she didn't get it. She really didn't understand it. And she thought I was going crazy, because she was like, you're always in the gym. Like, you're gonna become a man. Can you calm down? And then when I did my first event, so my first fun day, she came, and she was like, oh, I'm so proud of you. And I guess she had to kind of see the vision, like actually see it. So when she started coming to these events and seeing it happen, or like I'm with her in the street and people are like, oh my gosh, are you the fitness girl? Like when she started seeing all of that stuff, she was like, oh, so what you're doing is actually like making sense for you, and it's actually working for you, and I can see that you're building something. So then she became on board, and I guess she's like my biggest supporter.